All righty, we're back on Sunday Night Rumbling, and we're running a little bit late tonight. We thought we'd kick it back a little bit because the time has changed in Georgia, and it's daylight till about right now. So anyway, and I've been on a road trip, but we're back with you. Hopefully everybody's doing all right out there. John, how are you, bro?
Doing pretty good, man. It's nice to have the extra daylight hours.
I know that's a dang truth. I guarantee. That's the thing. I come in the house the other day about 5:30. I thought, well, it's about done, and I looked out and it was still daylight. So I went back to the shop. So I can do that. What are you doing, Sean?
Oh, not much. I just been laying around this evening.
That's a good thing, dude.
We got the satellite out and drove it around. All these guys on Facebook keep saying that them tunnel rams run much better in the cold weather. So how much do they fall off, John, in the warm weather?
I have never noticed the difference, man. I love them. I can go out in the middle of wintertime and fire up that rat rod or the Willys. The Willys is a little more finicky, but I think it's because it's a lot more radical cam. But they'll within a minute you can take your foot off the gas and get out of the car. Usually it's less than that, and going down the road is no problem. So it's I don't see any trouble with them. Cold weather, hot weather, nothing.
Yeah, I don't even have no choke or nothing hooked up on mine.
I haven't had a choke in the carburetor since I was 16 years old until I got that T-Bird. Throw them away.
Yeah, none of my stuff's got a choke. None of my stuff's got a choke. Well, the choke's there, but I've got it, twisted back and locked out to where it can't close.
So how long does it take you to crank it? How many times you got to pat the gas?
Just I get in and pump it a few times, hit the key, and if I've been driving it a lot, it'll fire up. If I drive it and then get in the next day, it usually fires right up. And the rat rod's always been real good, man. Just a couple squirts of the gas, fire it right up, and keep it running for a little bit, and then you can take your foot off the gas and get out of the car.
Well, let me ask you something now. I bought that race car. I'm trying to figure that thing out. I got a motor going out in it. We got a little 340 I pulled out of another rig. We're trying to get that thing going. And I talked to John Wilburn about the stall converter on that. What do you think on that? You do a lot of that drag racing stuff. We're going to do like autocross and this, that, and the other.
Autocross? Well, what kind of horsepower you put down?
It's got a 373, I think, rear end in it. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd say probably around 2,500, $3,000 stall.
Yeah, he was talking about 3,500.
Yeah, you don't want to get too hot. Like I got the one in my Willys is a 3,600 stall. Right. Is what it's advertised at, and it'll flash at almost 4. But it's a tighter converter. It's a Boss Hog converter.
Right.
And that one seems to work pretty good. The one in the rat rod's a 2,500. That one is a good back. Well, I don't know how good of a back to back because the transmission that I took out of it was pretty shot anyway. But 2,500 stall seems to really work good. You always want your stall slightly above your where your cam starts to come in.
Yeah, so you need to figure that out. We got Unfinished Projects is with us again. Glad to have him. I'm about to change my name to Unfinished Projects. That seems like all I ever have. I have a project, then I get another project. Like we just bought that race car the other day. I thought we can throw this thing together in no time, man. We'd be rolling, and so everything got kind of stumbled away. But yeah, John, he's pretty quick on that. John is, and it's got that. I think a 373 gear. It's got that 8 3/4 rear end, which I was glad to see that. That's
you can call that Hughes converters if you know some of the specs of your engine, and if you'll scale the car and weigh the car and tell them how much it weighs and what gear and how big your tire is, and they'll custom build you a converter for that car.
John Wilburn sent me a link to a buddy he's got. Shane said he does that. It's a guy he uses, he drag races all the time. And everything. Capital Punishment. That's the thing. When I upload that video, I said name the car, and he's saying Capital Punishment because if you watch it, you'll see the auction, and Dylan was spending all my money. But yeah, what are you
doing? What is it? I didn't get a video on it. Is it it's still a door car? You can still open and close the doors and stuff.
No, it's all welded.
Is it
okay? I got the whole story on it. We actually found the guy that owned the car. We talked to his son. It was raced in Florida. It was a circle track asphalt car, and they raced it for years down there on the asphalt. And the reason they quit racing it is because anybody at the track never had any parts for Mopars. They had plenty of stuff for Chevrolet, so it was hard to get parts for Mopars. So if they broke down, they couldn't have anything to fix it. Okay. So anyway, his dad moved to Cleveland, Georgia, and that's how it ended up here at the auction in Hiawassee, where I'm at.
Okay.
but he said it's got a 904 gear in it, which John Wilburn, he loves the 904, and he said the transmission's been beefed up, it's good to go, and but the it's set and the torque converter is rusty, and I don't know what to do on the torque converter, but I'm kind of leaning, I like to ask people that know, because I never really fooled around with torque converters as far as stall converters, but I'm thinking 3500. But anyway, I asked him to name it, so Unfinished Projects got capital punishment. I mean, so far he's leading the pack on the name of the cars, because it's definitely capital punishment, not the death penalty capital punishment, but the capital punishment. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. If you get some of them specs that you got to have, because that pink van, I had everything dialed in on it, and the weight and the van and everything, and I called Hughes. I had complete engine specs, which you may not be able to give them complete engine specs, but from the tires that I was running, the gear that I was running, and everything, and they, of course, some had actually had the converter in stock. It ain't like they had to build it, but because they've got.
Well, I don't want to spend that kind of money. I want to have one. I don't want to spend that kind of money. Yes.
The Boss Hog. This is Boss Hoss or Boss Hog. Boss Hog. They used to be eBay, and I just noticed that someone's starting to carry them. My dad bought one for his car off of eBay, and had the anti-ballooning plates for nitrous, and it was advertised as as their 3500 stall, and they said behind a big block it'll stall 3800, and it does. Right. So he was so happy with it. At the time, at 55, it was a 3,000-pound car at 422 gears with that healthy big block that's in the Willys now. And that had a 4,000 stall that actually flashed at almost 5,000, and it was too loose for the street. So I wanted, I could blip the throttle at low RPM, and it was like pushing the clutch in, it didn't move. So I wanted to get something a little tighter for street use, but I still wanted enough stall my cam comes in at $3,000. So I wanted something that would work with that. So I called them up, and I wanted to get the same converter my dad had, because it worked good. We were running the same diameter tire. So I had a little bit more gear. So I called them up, and I said, another friend of mine wanted one too. And I said, would you do a deal on two? And it was they were not expensive. They were less than $300. Mm-hmm. And he said, how about 262 or 162 a piece shipped? I was like, hell yeah. Okay. So,
$162.
Yeah, man. And it's been in the car since 05. Yeah. So
wow.
that was pre. Well, we won't go politics.
I'll take a dozen of them for that, man.
Yeah, no kidding. So I don't know what they're going for now, but either way, it was a good price. It's been holding up real well as a street converter. My dad ran it for years. He made the mistake of selling the converter, and he wishes he hung on to it. So he'll be happy when he hears they're available again.
Hey, Wild Man, what you doing, bro?
Hey, this is Ron.
We're hanging in there, brother. What time is it?
We are having some technical difficulties down here.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. You're here. We can see your beautiful face. We're ready to go.
So, Copper, I got a question for you.
Oh, wait up. Let me, keep talking for a minute.
Okay.
Stephen, how radical is that motor that you think you're going to put in there?
It's not real radical. I've been trying to remember, because I've had it built so long, and it's been in, I've had it in a couple of cars, and the last one was in that little truck.
You probably just need one that's just a little looser than stock.
I'd go 25.
I remember. Okay. Hold on, y'all.
2,500. You're probably, you got to remember one thing: the more power you're making, the higher stall that's going to be.
Right. I'm just trying to. Hold on a second. I can't remember, but I remember one motor I built, and I was talking to Dylan on the way back. We went up to Cooksville, Tennessee, and bought a hood. And I had one motor, and I'm thinking this is the one. I kept thinking, the purple cam. Everybody talks about the purple cam. I was thinking I ordered one of them, but I am honestly believing that back when Ernie Elliott was doing all his stuff with Bill, I think I had Ernie actually make this cam for me for this engine. And I told him I wanted a Torquey cam, and I can't remember what I told him. It's been so long ago, man. You forget that crazy stuff.
Well, a lot of Mopar guys will use the word purple cam, but the thing about them purple cams is their durations was all over the place. It wasn't like it was one cam.
I know, but anyway, that kind of gives you where the cam come from and all that, and that's what I was thinking I did. But then I got to thinking, no, I didn't. I got Ernie Elliott to cut that cam for me.
Yeah, what's that, 360?
No, it's actually a 318 truck motor. I use a 318 truck motor.
Yeah.
I put that cam in it with 340 heads, and seemed like it's got a torque or two intake. But I can't remember the intake. It's a
Okay.
it's a single plane high rise basically.
Okay. So a Torquer 2 comes in. It goes 2,500 to 6,500.
Yeah.
So if you got a 2,500 to 3,000 stall converter, you'd probably be pretty happy with that.
You can ask Derek Bradshaw. I took it over and had him do some work at on the body of that little old truck, and man, every time he got a chance, he drove that thing. It'll for a little 318, a little stock. I mean, what little bit we've done to it.
Is that the truck that you pulled it out of?
Yeah, that's one I pulled out of. That thing can get on down the road quick.
What are you going to do with the truck?
Well, the idea is now that I've got this little car, I got that 340 that come out of our race car, and I'm gonna build that motor. And I'm either gonna put it in, depending on how the little car is after we get it going, because I don't know anything about this car. Put it in the race car, and then put the little 318 back in the truck, because it's kind of on, a little bit behind on getting pulled in the shop, and or I'm gonna put that 340 in the Dodge, and then Dylan and Evans want me to twin turbocharge the race car, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to take it to Australia and let Copperhead do it. I can tell he knows what he's talking about because he's turning his head like this.
You got to have a tuner when you start doing turbos. You got to have somebody that knows how to tune.
I got Copperhead, man. You don't need anything else. I got Copperhead. He can do it.
Well, you'll need dynos and everything, or else you'll be.
Well, you just want to make sure you don't go lean, like any kind of. You don't want to go lean on anything, but a supercharged engine or turbocharged engine, when that goes lean, it burns stuff up real quick.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know anything about it, but Dylan's
pretty simple.
It's simple.
You can put one of them airflow meters with the O2 sensor, and that way you can tune it yourself like that, because it'll be right there. It's just a little old gauge in the car, and it'll show you if it's going lean, and you can lift and then start rejetting or whatever.
I want to ask something. Now, Copperhead he hit a deal, man. I don't know if y'all seen his Pontiac he drug in. That thing.
Yeah, man, that's a nice little car.
Perfect, just perfect.
Yeah.
All I needed was a motor. Tell me about that carburetor, man. How do you like that carburetor? What is that?
I'm still dialing. I just took it for its first drive then, but I have I don't know what it is. There's a little hole in the trans. I don't know what goes meant to go in there, so I got to just plug that up. I had a bit of oil coming out, and I had just advanced the timing a bit. It was a little bit doughy, and so I'm just letting it cool down so I can bung that little hole and put a bit more trans fluid in it, and then we'll go take it for another spin. But the carby itself, it's like the Sniper. It's out there.
Yeah, no, that's a self-learning system, isn't it? Those snipers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you've seen on the video. It just fired like. I did the timing by cranking it and everything, and I had it at like about 7 degrees before the top dead center.
Yeah.
Which for a 283 they say between 4 and 8. So I put it at 7, and I set the parameters of the motor in the little Holy Sniper touchpad, and I just turned the key twice to get fuel up and hit it, and it freaked me out. It's instant started and just sat there, wow, and I'm like, how cool is that? Like, I've never had a new one do fire like that. Like,
no, I ain't neither. I don't know. John wanted me to bring that car up there to No Name Nationals, and I've got my heart set on that. I think I'm gonna take it up there. Of course, it's a circle track car, but it'll still go through the quarter mile. But how far is it up there, Sean? What is it? 7 hours to the No Name?
Yeah, a little over 7 hours.
I think that'd be fun to get to hang out. We talked to John. We had him on, and but I think that'd be fun. But I sit there and think I gotta have a carburetor. The one that's on it's an Elderbrock, and it is old and tired, and I ain't good enough to build them. And
get a Holly, man. Get a Holly 600, and if it's a 318, put a Holly 600 on there, and don't look back.
Well, see, those Sniper things, they're dear. So that was they're $3,500 here.
Yeah, they're depending on which one, they're probably about $1,200, I think, here.
Oh, look here.
By the time you get it with all the fuel pumps and everything.
It's a lot.
$3,500.
Yeah,
well,
you'll have
$1,000
$1,000 just in getting fuel to that thing.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Look here. The Angels has spoken. Justin, that Skull Garage does a lot with turbos and knows his stuff. So hey, the answer is done. We got the guy.
There you
got the man. We're good.
I
hear my boy over here all turbo time.
I've put several of them, the Holly Snipers, and then even a couple of Phytex, and they all work okay. I just like carburetors better myself, and I feel like I've got more control over it. And it's proven on the dyno time and time again that carburetors make more power.
Not anymore, man. Now they got them. Yeah, they used to, but not anymore.
On that, I'll get it said, Engine Masters.
Right.
You know, they've got it down to a science, and every time they put carburetors, the carburetor will always make more power on the dyno than
last Engine Masters I saw, they did an LS with a carburetor and versus the fuel injection, and they made more horsepower and torque with the fuel injection, and it cost them more money to go carburetor than it would be to stick with the fuel injection on an LS. And
I don't remember that episode. I'll have to go back and see that.
That's a good episode.
That carburetor he put on his, man, I don't know. That sniper thing, that really impressed me a lot.
Yeah. I set my wheelies up to handle that.
The big thing about them is, where it's a self-contained computer,
right?
And the heat cycles, a lot, for somebody that don't drive a car a whole lot, it's probably going to be okay. But somebody that has drove the way that 59 Apache that I had, there's no telling how many miles driving, 5 and 6 hours at a time on that truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder how that computer's going to hold up going through the heat cycles where they put it.
I think they're probably pretty proven by now. They've been out for a long time.
Yeah. We got Fred here. He said he saw that carb show. Which one is he pulling for? He likes the carbs. He likes the fuel injection. John's on with us. Soul. I don't know, man. I'm trying, John. I'm trying to get up there. The No Name Nationals going to skin the paint off some of them big old cars up there, man. But that sniper, man, that thing worked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing worked great.
I know a guy that had some
Bad Trees on what's happening, man. I love Bad Tree Productions. Y'all keep up with them. They got some good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, Lord, I love.
Yeah, them guys are fun.
Yeah, they are a hoot. Yep. They're up there where the cold weather's at, though.
It's just too cold up there. It's too cold up there where they live.
Where are they at?
They're like in Iowa, McGregor, Iowa.
They must be freezing right now.
Yeah. VTP in the house. There you go. They are bad production. I love watching their shows, and John's got a lot going on. Sean, you got that big souped up twin carburetor satellite or Roadrunner. You need to take it up there, see what that thing will do. I'll challenge Sean tonight to race.
Well, I've got plenty
nationals in front of everybody.
I can take the little Duster up there if it was going to be A body against A body.
No, I'll race the big black bees. Yes, sir. Yeah. Iowa. What's the weather like up there, man? Yeah, I'll race the big.
Cold right now. We're cold here, man. But it always gets cold just before spring. Tomorrow's the first day of spring, so it's expected to get cold.
Then it's supposed to start raining.
Yeah,
it'll be warm, but raining.
So we get what's it going to be, like 20s tonight, 38 as a high tomorrow. But then Thursday it's going to be mid-70s.
Yeah.
I don't know, Copperhead. Now you played with both of them. How do you like that sniper?
Yeah, it seems good.
Good.
Yeah. There's a pile of A-bodies up action. Okay.
I think that fuel injection for somebody that's really that's just wanting a good street driver, that you're really not probably going to beat it with a carburetor when you're just talking about street driving. But I think overall racing, I don't know.
If I want to race, I'll go get in a dirt late model and actually race properly. Not
yeah.
There was one that Hot Rod did an article on one. They have I always got the Stealth too, which is it's basically the Sniper, but it looks more like a traditional 4150 carburetor. And they put that on a old nostalgia super stock car, and they went out and raced the car, and it went faster than it ever did. And then they turned themselves into tech because they weren't supposed to have a carburetor, and tech did not pick up that it wasn't a carburetor. It had to be fuel. They weren't supposed to have fuel injection. So they ran the event and ran the best the car ever did. And then they turned themselves into tech and said, look, we got to get DQ'd because we had fuel injection on this, but you guys didn't catch it because it looks so much like a regular car.
That's not a real racer there. That's not a real racer there. If they'd have got
away yeah, they turned themselves in.
I would not. We got away with it, boys. It's 33 degrees up there in Iowa right now, man. You can have that noise.
I don't know, man. We're probably not much better than that right now.
I used one of them that you're talking about, John, on a 454.
Oh, yeah.
ZZ 454 in a Cadillac that we built. Well, it's in 2020. and I got it done right at, I think right at the first of 2021. But that car, it was just a good cruiser car. Of course, you know that ZZ 454. I think it was a 400 and I think a 435 horse or something like that.
Okay.
But it was in a big Cadillac.
Yeah.
Big Cadillac. So
you got to see, man, we're at 30 degrees.
30
right now where you're at?
Yeah, man.
Well, I don't know what it is here. It's
You got to
probably
be about the same. You're right.
It's
where
been
we are.
72 degrees all day for me because I drove all the way up there to Tennessee to get that hood. It's been 72 degrees the whole time. It ain't changed.
Because you had your heat on?
I stayed in the truck.
Right.
Did you buy anything else?
Yeah, I bought the instrument cluster for my dart. That guy's called, is it Crispy Critters? I think it's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Crispy Critters on, you can go to Facebook.
He's got a few Mopar parts, don't he?
Yeah, he's got, he had a 58 Plymouth station wagon. I tried my best to buy. He wouldn't sell it. And then he had a car like yours, Sean, and I tried to buy it and he wouldn't sell it. But he's
300.
He's got a no, your little satellite. He's got
satellite.
And then he's got a lot of A-body parts, parts. And yeah, he likes the classic movie I like to do is cover my shifter with a rag and wait for the snatch. I'm gonna tell you, that's racing. If you get away with it, I think you're legal. Is that not right? I like what the guy did up there. Me and Dylan's talking about that on the way back down. NASCAR. Did y'all saw that this weekend where they made him get off the track because of a piece of tape blowing off his car, and he just parked it right on the track and walked off.
Jeez, man, over a piece of tape.
When was this?
I think it was Sunday, wasn't it, Dylan?
Today?
Last Sunday.
Last Sunday.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
A piece of tape blew off of his car.
Yeah, and they said he was littering or something from the car blowed off, so they did it. So, yep, I'm with you. I thought that was cool, man, because they getting set. NASCAR is getting so crazy.
Oh, good gosh, I ain't followed them in years. It's just a bunch of things. When they started
having around on the wall, passing everybody, and the next week you're getting
when they started having to give out the whatever breaks, and they're giving participation awards is what they're doing. Oh, segment 1 winner and all this stuff, and it's just I don't know them. Take all the air conditioning and the cool suits out of them cars and let them race like Richard Petty did back in the day.
Oh, Alan Cars and stuff's with us, man. Glad to have you back. 38 there, going to be 24 in the morning. So, and he's down below us.
Alan, you got me thinking what we're going to be when I'm getting up to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, I know that's right. Shoosh, absolutely. No, I don't know. I think they're getting a little bit sideways on that. I reckon Copperhead, I found his corner piece for his Pontiac up here. I don't know what it's going. I got to drive all the way to Kentucky up there to Action Auto Parts. He's got it. How lucky is that? He posts all these shorts, and he was posting a short on the car.
He'll
right
mail it to you, Stephen.
I need to go up there, man. I need to go see what kind of junk he's got.
Yeah, you better take your billfold with you. I've been to his place.
He said he'd take a checkbook. I'm gonna take my checkbook.
Yeah.
That's another big drive, but anyway, it's Kentucky. But
he ain't too far. You just get on 75 and just go north up there. And I can't remember once you get up there, it ain't too far into Kentucky right there. He's not too far away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and check. I should have went on up today. Alan said he leaves at 4:30 in the morning. What in the world? Leaves at 4:30 in the morning going to work.
I don't get up until after that. It's going to be like 21 degrees when I leave the house in the morning.
I drive a school bus. I don't get up that early.
Yeah. I don't have to get out of bed till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but you're rich.
Yeah, I'm rich.
Yeah, you're rich. I'm excited about that little Duster we got, though. I don't know. Bad Tree and all them, they got them souped up cars. I don't know what they're going to do, but it ought to do all right with a 7 gear ratio it's got in it. That's
a nice gear ratio, man. That's a good overall gear for the street and everything.
So they build up a 904 transmission for that instead of 727?
Yep.
A little lighter weight tranny, probably save a few pounds.
Yeah.
On the man has some of the coolest Mopars out there. Wait a minute. Don't blow his head up too much.
Steven's got a lot of cool cars himself, but he's broke off from Mopars.
Well, I can't afford Mopars, brother.
But I've got a Ford right now. I'm just not. It ain't really mine because I made my wife get it titled in her name.
Well, there you go.
Well,
so that 66.
Well, that Mustang.
Yeah. That motor runs good.
All cars are junk. It just depends on which one you don't keep going. But I drove Mopars back when you could afford them, but now you can't do nothing with them. So
yeah, that was a switch. They used to be dirt cheap.
I've still got a few stacked around there, but I don't know. Sean, he's got into it pretty heavy. Of course, Sean's the only guy I know put 33s on the rear of a car.
They ain't quite 33s. they're total 70s. I just like the way they look back in the 70s. The way they, hey, are you going to be going on the Bandit Run this weekend?
Is it this coming weekend?
It is this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, is it this weekend?
I'm going to go down to Helen Friday.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me because I'm supposed to take the Bluesmobile.
So you're going down to Hell and back?
Yeah, I'm going to Helen and back. Yeah, I forgot about it.
I think it's supposed to rain, but I don't care. I'll go anyway. I ain't worried.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bluesmobile down. They asked me to bring. They got them guys down there that does the Blues Brothers tribute.
Yeah.
Right.
They have the. Let's see what they got. They have the General Lee will be there. Then the 18 band will be there. Then we have Buford's car will be there. Then the Bandit car, of course. Buford and Bandit or Tim and them will be there, Jim, because they're the one putting it on.
You know what would be cool if they do that next year? Of course, they ain't got time to organize it this year. Plus, it's supposed to be raining. But if they'd run from Brazelton up to Tiger to that drive-in, and then they could play Smokey and the Bandits.
No, it's more fun. We get to make about 4 or 5 laps on the track with our car.
Yeah, but you can still do that because the drive-in you wouldn't be able to watch till dark anyway.
They got racing going on down there, man. They actually, while you're down there, they're Road Atlanta's opening. They're racing. I mean, they have they got racing.
So what time are they going to be in Helen?
They're supposed to meet up at that one restaurant at 11 o'clock Friday.
Okay.
Jethro Lee. There you go.
Jethro Lee.
General Lee's going to be down there.
Which I'm going to take the van. I'm taking the Yellow Submarine van. My Moon Eyes.
Yeah. John went to Helen in 2021. Neat place. I know it's a neat place for all you folks that don't live around here, but when you're in Hiawassee, when you go to Atlanta or anywhere, you have to go through Helen, and we hate it because all you folks.
I went through there to go
looking out the window. Oh, this is such a pretty place.
Yeah. Oh no!
I went through there the other weekend to go to that swap meet over in Clarksville, and I got stuck behind this old person. You couldn't even see them. They were in this Lincoln. And there was nobody out. I went through early enough. There was like 4 people on the sidewalks, and this person topped out max speed at 15 miles an hour.
Yeah,
and every crosswalk came to almost to stop me. And I thought I was going to pass him in the turn lane. And we got through the town. And when you go through the town, there's maybe half mile to a mile out of town. There's a double restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, we get to that double restaurant, came to a crawl, and then turned and stopped in the middle of the road with cars coming the other way. I went around him on the shoulder. I was like, holy crap, this is terrible.
Is that why you was so late to the swap meet?
That's one of the reasons, man. It took forever to get through Helen. And then on the way back, it was like typical crowded traffic, but it moved, we did
I didn't go back. I went back 197. I took 197 back across and come through, by Clayton Way.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice drive. Way to go. Yeah. It's funny. My GPS brings me through Helen to get there, and then on the way back, it brings me back through Helen. But on the way there, I go through Blairsville to get there, and on the way back, it always brings me through Hiawassee.
It takes a long to drive through Helen as it does Atlanta. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The big thing, like, of course, from now where we was going to Clarksville, you got to go through Helen if you go down that way to go to Clarksville.
Yeah.
But like when I'm going to Atlanta, I just cut off right there at the Tubing Bridge and go down and that's how I'm going down through now.
John wants to go to the beach. I just come back, man. I was down there for the Emerald Coast Cruise In, and that's a good show if y'all ever down that way, that Emerald Coast Cruise In. I got to MC it this year. It was so much fun, man. We got to hang out down there, but that's at Panama City Beach. We call it the Redneck Riviera, but that was a cool show. They have another one in the fall. They have a big show in the fall. So that if you
are you going to be MCing the one in July?
No, I'm not going to Dalton. I'm not. They want me to come over and help a little bit, but I don't.
I'm with you on that one, man. Boston's even worse.
Yeah.
We went through. Last time I was in Boston was it was the year I got married, so it was 21 years ago now. And we went up. We were going to go deep sea fishing for my bachelor party, and we got out like 3 miles. They had to turn the ship around because the storm was so bad. It was a hurricane that was going off the coast. So they canceled our trip and brought us back. And I said, well, if we can't catch them, let's go look at them. So we went to the Boston Aquarium. And man, the whole trip was crazy. But we got stuck in traffic in the tunnel, and we got talking about the movie Harry and the Hendersons. And my buddy goes, remember what they did in the traffic jam? I said, yeah, Harry stuck his head out the window, and I stuck my head out, and I made a siren noise. And the car in front of me started edging up, and they started shoving drugs in the seat. We were laughing at it. We were in a big 15-passenger van. And so my buddy's like, do it again, do it again. So I did it, and they moved up, and the next car moved up. Next thing you know, everybody parted. So I drove through the tunnel with my head out the window, making siren noises. And my dad just followed me. And we get out, we get to a rest stop. My dad's like, I heard sirens. He goes, and you didn't stop. You just went. So I figured I'm following you. So we parted the seas, man. That made it all right.
True.
They don't have any surface streets up there, do they? Everything's underground, though.
No, they do. They just got in Boston. They have that one big tunnel, but Boston's considered one of the worst traffic areas. You know, I remember the first time I went through Atlanta, everybody told me how bad it was, and then I went through Atlanta and came out the other side, and I was like, that was it. That was nothing. So,
hey, you know, he's talking about Panama City Beach, Panama City, but you know, they just had the run to the sun this weekend down in Myrtle Beach.
That was this
I've
weekend?
seen that big.
And I don't know if y'all seen my Instagram thing. Let's see if I can find it. But actually, somebody got their daggum car stolen on that.
It was
it is a mess, man.
Yeah, that
It was
a QA1 car.
Oh,
I
really?
shared it on my post. So if y'all can go to Instagram, share it off of mine, or take a picture of it and put it on your. I hate a dang thief, but anyway.
It was the QA1, or was it Hodgkin Suspensions? Hodgkin Suspension.
It was
It's
Hodgkin
their car.
Yeah. Yep. The tire, truck, trailer, the rig, the whole thing was stolen, and it's going to be.
That's what they're starting to do now. They're just take the whole rig.
Hold on a minute. A white Ford F-350 four-door dually, North Carolina license NZ3913 with a Hallmark trailer with a Florida tag GY. But y'all go to my Instagram if you can and share that. I'd love to get it back. I don't know why they're not showing on your screen. They're coming on.
Actually, Ellen, they're not showing up on my screen either.
Well, you're not getting them?
No, I see the private chat. Oh, hold on. Let me clip on comments.
There you go. But yeah, I hate they got that. These dang crooks, man. It's
Bad
just
tree.
sad.
That's a good idea. What you've got there. You can do it at Myrtle Beach or Daytona Beach. Maybe we can run them on the sand. That'd be fun.
Down there at
So Alan, if you make sure you click on comments, not private chat, and it should show all the comments.
well, let's go. That No Name Nationals now. They're gonna move it. Wait till this year because I got. Well, it don't matter whenever you want to do it, but I'm gonna try to get that little old duster up there. And y'all don't laugh at me because I'm not I'm kind of like Copperhead down here. I like to go in circles. I'm not used to a tree. I'm used to a flag. I'd rather have a flag. You know, like. So yeah, I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens. Of course, I don't know how many runs I get to go, but I'm gonna have to have more than about 4 or 5 because I'm a redneck and all my buddies want to go with me and they all want to drive. You know how that goes. Yeah. Let me drive.
I like driving the mountain. The road course thing's what I like the best.
Where'd you do that at?
Huh?
Where'd you run a road course at?
When I used to work going to Helen every day.
Oh, you're talking about driving across the mountain. I thought you went to we went to that autocross. I love autocross. That is so much fun, but that's kind of what I want to do with this car.
There ain't nothing as fun as the mountain, though. You got elevation change, and
yeah, but things have changed since we was a kid. Because now when you go around the curve, there's about 15 bicycles pedaling right in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's all right. I've got
a little lights flashing. I'd love to just have a hickory. I'd love to have a hickory where I just smack them right on the fanny when you go by. I know it's illegal, but it would be so much fun. Oh, there you go, Bad Tree. You need to do some circle track now. We pick on Copperhead a lot, but now he's serious dirt track racer. You won state and everything, did you not?
Nah, I didn't. I was winning an Aussie title once.
That's a pretty dang big deal, ain't it?
And then I rolled it and ended up on fire and.
Yeah, but you did such a good job rolling that thing. I mean, you didn't just turn over.
I think I got the biggest prang of the year or something.
Yeah,
you've got trophies though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't have no trophies. My car's my trophy. That's all I got.
Well, I
But
don't
that
know.
ain't really direct competition.
Big ass trophies everywhere. Yeah.
How many times did you roll?
In that praying,
Yeah.
it was 2. Then it went, I think 1 and 1. So I was vertical and it went once and once.
Wow.
Vertical. And then I landed and did another one when I landed.
So you rolled twice, end over end twice, then rolled again.
We rolled twice, then it dug in and went up vertical, and it did a circle and a flip while it was vertical. Then it landed and did another half a roll when it landed.
Did
you hold on to your seat belts or your steering wheel whenever it started all
that? Yeah, I would have been on the steering wheel still.
Yeah,
see, now, here's the thing, folks. Y'all can say what you want to, but I would ride with Copperhead anywhere because a man can wreck like that and walk away from it. He knows how to drive. These guys that's never wrecked before, I don't want in with him, man.
He might know how to land.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you're in there with Copperhead.
I think the worst one, though, that was probably one of the more impressive ones. But the worst one was when they had a wall on the inside, on the infield. They had a wall. And they didn't have a wall on the outside. They had like a bank that dropped off.
Really?
And this bloke, so they all drove a little bit out of control because there was no outside wall to hit. So he dropped off the bank and then stayed in it and shot across the track and hit me and then sent me wide open down the back straight, sent me straight head first into the infield wall.
Wow.
And then the car hit that infield wall, snapped the concrete. So just before the infield wall, there's a little lip. So the car hit the lip, was fully off the ground, punctured the concrete and broke it, and then did a 180 airborne and went into it again backwards and ended up on top of it. And that there's pictures of that chassis, and there is not one bar on it that's not ripped or bent.
That was a total loss, wasn't it?
I'm gonna tell you that was a ride.
Yeah, it was. I was lucky to walk out of that. That was bad. And the worst part was everything. All your safety gear is designed for front or side impacts. There's nothing
for back.
None of it's designed for that rear impact.
Sure.
All your neck devices and everything. It's not. None of it's designed for that impact. So that one that knocked me around pretty good. That one.
How long was you down with that one? You had to be sore for days.
Oh, yeah. I was sore for about 2 weeks. It took me, the car was that bad. So we were running a semi-trailer then, like a full-blown big, like Pantech semi. Mm-hmm. And it took me 8 hours working on the car to get it to the point where I could drag it into the semi.
No kidding. Wow.
That's crazy.
And the car was destroyed. Like we took it home and it was
done.
Yeah. And then the next weekend, I built a new car and raced the next weekend.
Oh, there's another question there, Copperhead. Could you read that? Bad Tree wants to know what your guy thoughts on the direction of Cup cars and NASCAR. You keep up with NASCAR at all?
I don't really watch NASCAR. It's like, I don't know. It's all I don't know. I find it really boring, NASCAR.
Yeah, me too. It's all cookie cutter.
Like,
there's no doubt to me it died when Dale died.
Well, that's what he's saying, but I wish they'd have got, and it's getting worse now. Just like that guy over the last weekend, that just stopped his car in the middle of the track and got off and walked off because they kicked him off the track because a little old piece of tape blowed off his car or whatever it was. That's nonsense. That is nonsense if I ever heard it in my life. But now, Tony Stewart or Smoke, whatever you want to call him, he had going there for a while. He was starting to build up, and I thought he was going to come out and start a stock car series like NASCAR does, and then everybody go to that. That would be cool if they would do that because
he went over to the dark side as far as you concerned. He's getting his working on getting his top fuel license to where he can drive one of them top fuel cars. But I think he's running blown alcohol right now to just learn, like going up through the steps and where he married Leah Pritchett, and I think he owns her top fuel drag car now, and he's in the drag racing full swing.
I don't know, man. I know one thing. If everybody would have got behind him back when he was doing that and started, because I know Bill Elliott got involved in some stuff with him and this, that, and the other they were trying to do, but NASCAR has got too political.
Oh yeah,
and almost too woke for me. I mean,
that's all they are.
If they want to bring back NASCAR and start getting back in the stands and stuff, it's the same thing.
Do you want to know whenever?
Hold on a minute, Sean. Hold on a minute, Sean. I couldn't hear what John was saying. John, what did you say?
I said if they want to get back to getting more back to the roots, look at how any nostalgia stuff brings on a lot of crowd. Nostalgia drag racing packs the crowds. So what I think NASCAR should do, they should get back, instead of having NASCAR spec engines, they should have production engines again. And it should be configured the way the car is. So if the car is front wheel drive, the race car's got a version of it has to be front wheel drive. If the car's rear wheel drive, it has to be rear wheel drive. The Chevy can run their LS, Ford can run their Coyote, and Mopar can run their Hemi. That's the production engine. Put it in a production body that would normally go in. And I understand having to do things for safety and stuff, but it should be the right sheet metal and the right proportions.
I'm with Bad Tree on that. Dale Jr. and them were definitely racing. I'm with you on that. But I just, I like
the what Rainbow Week coming up.
Yeah.
What?
It's what?
Not and NASCAR? Are you serious?
Yeah, Rainbow Week's coming up
for NASCAR.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
We need let's build us a car, man. Rainbow Week. Are you smoking down there, man?
I really lost the respect for NASCAR.
I just
back when,
oh, okay.
I'm crying.
Are you that excited about it, man? Is that what it is? It brings tears to you.
They do Rainbow Week everywhere in every other sport. I thought they might be doing it in NASCAR.
Oh, no. Yeah. What was you going to say, Sean?
But, well, anyway, back in the crash in 2008, 2009, when, people was losing their jobs and everything like that, they was calling in mortgages on people. But then they said the banks was too big to fail. And whenever they did that big bailout for the banks, they gave NASCAR, it was either 180 million or 300 million. And I'm like, you know what? What about the guys that missed a mortgage payment, missed their trailer payment to go watch a NASCAR race?
Well, I'll tell you,
they're the ones,
somebody give me $300 million, I'd put it on my bills as far as it'd go. That's what I do.
Yeah. But, it was for track improvements and everything like that. Them fellers didn't improve tracks, nothing. I didn't hear nobody getting, I didn't hear of any tracks being paved back then or anything like that.
They're closing them down. Dave said, Sailor, he said, put a 344 speed in that little Duster. That car actually was a factory 4-speed car or 3-speed in the floor. I don't know. It wasn't, or it could have been a column. I ain't seen many column shifts, but it's actually still got the clutch pedals, the factory clutch pedal, and the little ball that's out, the little ball that's out by the firewall where you put your clutch link.
Yeah, your Z bar or whatever.
Still there in that car. The little knob's still there in it, and it's factory. So I could put a 4-speed in it, but I don't know.
You'd have more fun if you're doing like what you're talking, little road courses and whatever. You'll have more fun.
Use gear.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We got that. I've got that Thunder Chicken my boys drove, and it's a 5-speed car, and then V8 5-speed. Then I had the Corvette, which is automatic. And I didn't have to worry about changing gears, I just throw that thing down second and just held her wide open. They was having to kind of go through the gears because the different. Right. So, I don't know. I think it's a little quicker with the automatic.
The next time you go just driving an automatic, you'll be just as well to take you an EV.
So you say what you want to. 18-wheelers are automatic now.
Yeah.
Bring that big Plymouth up there to No Name Nationals. I'm gonna wipe a smile off your face with that old beat up Duster. Calling you out, son.
It would either be, I would either take my Duster or that big 300 Chrysler.
Why aren't you gonna take that?
I'd drive by you in style.
Oh, listen at him. Yeah. I'm gonna see how does it feel when that rust bucket went smoking by you, man. If I ever get in front of you, son, you got it. What is it? Daddy said, take a good look at the front end of this car, son. Take a good look at the front end of this car, because that's the last time you're gonna see it when the tree goes green.
I tell you what, that little old yellow van I've got's pretty rowdy. When you get that, when that 4-barrel cuts in on that 340,
Yeah.
It does pretty dang good.
See, now John's all about the 904, and that's the thing. You know, Toby Collins over here runs them 904s. You like the 727, right, Sean? That's kind of what you lean
Well,
toward.
that's what I've got in all my stuff. I don't really know. I know that Toby's put a lot of horsepower to them 904s.
He swears by them 904s, and he's got some serious cars over there. If y'all, I don't know, John, do you know Toby Collins over at Blairsville?
I probably do to see him. I'm terrible with names.
He's a turnip green farmer, but I'm gonna tell you, he's got some serious.
What's some of the cars he got?
He's got a
he's got a Pace Arrow, and then he's got an Avenger that's a full tube chassis drag car.
Okay.
And he was actually running some of them NASCAR engines in that thing.
Yeah, he's serious.
When Dodge went out of NASCAR, he bought a bunch of them motors and was using them. I think is that thing turboed or supercharged or something?
What, his cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that Avenger that he's got, the fast
tube chassis, but that Pace Arrow is the it's not a Pace Arrow, it's an Arrow, the little Plymouth Arrow. Y'all remember the 79 Plymouth Arrow?
70s. Yeah, I think I might have seen that car. I think you brought it out to one of the Blairsville cruise-ins.
Man, that thing will bring the wheels off the ground 3 foot. I ain't kidding you when it comes. Yeah, I mean, it will. It's got some souped up power. Smoke Wrench Garage. There you go. Good. What's up, everybody? We're sitting here chewing the fat. I've called Sean out. Bring the van and win the burnout contest.
Yeah. Yeah, I could bring it. I ain't never even put a line lock on it. I've got a line lock, and I ain't never even put it on it.
Why, you don't need a line lock with all that power, son. Just smash your motor, baby.
Well, with that small block, you got to get the RPMs up before you get into the.
You do it when the tires start spinning, son. The RPMs start rising.
Yeah.
I need a rev limiter on mine because my foot gets hung up in the carburetor. That's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I've got a box on mine, so I don't have to worry about over revving it.
Yeah, I need that bad. Yep.
So you only use.
Oh, there you go. Now, he uses the 904. That's all he ever uses. And this is what, you know, because I grew up with Chryslers, and we threw 904s away because we wanted the 727 because they were tougher, beefier transmission. But these guys are all like, no, you want the 904s. And then I thought about Toby back there.
I think what it is all that stuff in that 904 is smaller, so you can get more power to the ground. Is what it is.
John's even got it down to the 10th of a second of how much faster they are.
Yeah, well, it comes out to like a turbo 350 versus a 400. A 400 is stock is heavier duty, but it uses a lot more power to turn it.
Right.
So 904 being a lighter weight transmission, it's like a C4 versus a C6. You know, it's the lighter the transmission, the more power is going to get to the ground. But at what cost? So if you can build it to handle it, then you're good to go, man.
I built that 71 Z28 Camaro several years ago, and that thing had a turbo 375 in it. And I mean, you don't really see them much at all.
There you go, 2 to 3 tenths faster. So he's got it down to an
That's a big difference, man. Yeah, that's a huge difference. That's 3 cars, 2 or 3 cars.
Yeah. So
each tenth is a car.
Folks, y'all need to go check out Copperhead Customs. Y'all watching on it. We're trying to get him built up to where he can come to America.
Yeah, and I got to tell you that Pontiac,
the land of the free,
right now, is cool. I like that it's a 4-door hardtop, man. It's if you got to have a 4-door, it might as well be no post. That gives it a neat roof line.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone likes it. Hey, well, I don't know. The videos don't do real good on that. I think it's because it's a 4-door.
I don't know, man. The car's got a good look to it. Sits good. It's got a lot of good parts.
I reckon, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
maybe it'll get you some subscribers that do like it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to make. Well, I don't know. I said to the boss last night I might put it up for sale, even though I want to keep it. I might just put it up because it's.
Hey, you make a lot of money on it. Why not? Right.
I'm going to make it an absolute ton from my investment. So.
Well, let me ask you this: did you ever figure out how it ended up? Now, what is this auction you went to? Is this a state auction or?
No, it's just a car auction, but it's one of the ones that I normally don't buy from because a lot of dealers throw their stuff in that's a bit what's the nice way of saying it?
Junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just call them.
So I normally don't buy from this one. I generally prefer to buy damaged cars because generally they were good runners before an accident, you know, like but yeah, they now and then they have the odd classic go through this joint and I don't know, I sold my Merc and then I hadn't looked on and I never really look on this joint, and I looked on it, and that thing popped up, and it was like, oh no, let's go have a look. So the next day we went and looked at it, and then it was heaps better than I thought. And then I found all these parts in the boot, and it was listed with no title, so no VIN numbers or anything. And then I found the chassis number, and then went researching, and that one model in Australia, that's the only number it has. It doesn't have any VIN plates or anything. It just has this one little chassis number.
Yeah.
So I took the punt on it, and in the end, it's all registered, so it's all titled. Everything's in the system now.
What hoops did you have to jump through for that?
Pardon?
What hoops did you have to jump through to get?
Nothing. I just had the roadworthy done like normal, and just went in, and it was in the system. It was in the system under that number. So my research was right. I spent like the night I looked at it, the night before the auction, I was up till about 4 a.m. Like I was scrolling through pictures trying to find the car, because if I could find a what do you call them? A rego plate? What do you call them? A tag or whatever? If I could find, no, just a number plate. If I could find the number plate in a picture, then we could use that, But I couldn't find anything, and then I just started scrolling through posts on them and whatever, and I ended up stumbling across that. That's the 1 year it's only the Australian built ones. In that year, they don't have any VIN tags anywhere. They just have this one little chassis number. It's just like a bit of a random.
Okay.
Did it have everything?
Before, I think it was a 64 Pontiac stopped doing the tags on the pillar.
Oh, really?
On the which would be your driver's side. There's on the A pillar.
Take it easy, bad tree.
Yeah, be good, bud.
There's a little tag there, and the year before they stopped doing them in America as well, and then in '66 in Australia they actually put the VIN plate on. So this was the 1 year that didn't have it. So a lot of people didn't bid on it because they didn't think they could register it. And then I don't think a lot of people realised that it had $8,000 worth of parts in the boot. So
that's crazy, man. I mean, that's a fine right there. That car don't need anything now, right? I mean, even the wheels on that thing are killer.
It's basically brand new front to back. So it's a brand new motor. The transmission's nearly new. And then I've put all these brand new bolt-ons on, brand new MSD. Like the gauges in it were brand new, hadn't even been wired up, which is like, that was a bit of I'm trying to find oil pressure on a gauge that's not even connected. And the wheels are new, and the shocks and the rubbers are everything, like front to back. The brakes got slotted rotors and wood master cylinder. Like, it's
the paint's in good shape too, ain't it?
Yeah, there's a couple of little blemishes, but it's very presentable.
Hey, we got a comment here from Eastern Hot Rodder. He says, "I see here." Wait a minute. Are you commenting on your?
Well, I put it on there because someone said that they couldn't see the. They said they didn't think anybody else could see the guy's post, and I could see all of them. Man, they're showing up. So
No, Copperhead. That
Smoke Wrench Garage. I can see his stuff, no problem.
Yeah, that is a heck of a find, man. You hit a home run, and I know you want to keep it, but I think you need to sell it, man. That's the card that keeps everybody going. That one card comes along once a year that keeps everybody going.
Well, it's like I don't even really want to say how much I paid for it, but it's
you got a good deal.
I got a good deal, and I reckon I don't know. It's hard to put it like, so they're generally worth about 50, but seeing that thing's brand new, top to bottom, it's pushing 70,000, I think.
Good for you. Good for you.
Hey,
awesome.
If you sell it, do you think me and Stephen can borrow you a little?
I'll send you a check, eh?
You're gonna be sending me a check. I got to see what the Action Auto up there Phillips has got on that part, and I got to go get that sent to you. I wonder how much it's going to cost to ship that. It's just
it's going to cost a bit, but whatever. It's like it's my mate. Like it was my car, but I've given it to me mate. So, but I've told him he's going to be paying, and I'm going to make him give you like something too. So.
Oh, I ain't worried about all that, Copperhead. I ain't in that for money. Ain't no.
I don't know. Like, so get everything. I get everything, and you can.
I can get the whole car if you can figure out how to get it down there.
But we need the bumper and the fiberglass. But get the headlights around and the blinker and everything. Yeah, I'll
get it all. I'm gonna get him to take it off.
I don't know. I reckon it'll be like maybe 300 or 400 to send it. I don't know.
Reckon it'll be that much? Well, that's crazy. All right, fellas, we've been trying to hold this thing down an hour.
Before you go, my buddy's got his track open. the slot car drag strip open over in Peachtree, in Murphy, North Carolina, and we don't have an actual date we're going to be racing yet. But if you guys are into slot car stuff, 124th, 125th scale slot car drags, then we're going to have a place pretty close by. It's a little
that ain't too far at all.
Alan likes the Pontiac. I like the Pontiac too. I don't know doubt about it. Anyway, I think everybody's heard me call Sean out on his Yeller Submarine band at the No Name Nationals. I'm gonna take my yellow. What a minute. I got the name up here. I forgot what it was. He put it up here a while ago.
Collateral damage.
No, capital punishment. I'm gonna take capital punishment. Suck the rust off the side of that thing.
We'll get together sometime and talk about what I can do.
I need you to take that black car. I want you to take the black one. I want you to take the black.
There's 3 major Mopar shows, and that I go to, and I'm not as rich as what people think I am. All my money.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you must be if you're saying that.
Yeah, he's got money. He does. Yeah. He married into money. His wife was loaded when they got
I'm
married.
going to the 3 major Mopar, up there at Chrysler, Carlisle. Then I'll go to the Mopar Nationals in Ohio. And then the Holly Mo Party.
Yeah.
That's that Holly Mo Party. It'll probably be the biggest this year that it's ever been. It's really a good venue.
They got a brand new racetrack, or not brand new. They redone it down at Florida Motor something down there. I'll have to Google. I need to know. But anyway, they've teamed up this year with the Emerald Coast Cruise In for the fall event. And on Wednesday or Thursday, all the cars are going to the track, and they're going to have a day at the track at that. I can't remember. The guy gave me his card and the whole 9 yards, but they spent millions of dollars redoing that thing. Let's see if I can find it here. And
Stephen, anyway, I can't get out.
Whoa. North Florida Motorplex. That's where it's at. North Florida. Yeah. North Florida.
I can't get out on the track anyway because I don't have 500 subscribers.
Yeah. Well, you're close.
He's backing out already. You've seen you got him bothered. Now you haven't even built the car and he's trying to back out.
Well, you're the kind of you're waiting.
Yeah, they won't even let me out on the track. I'm definitely the no name in the no name national. I don't even have enough subscribers to make it out there.
Yeah, wait till I tell my sister when I get home. You're in trouble now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you're scared, just say you're scared, son. Just say it. Just say I'm scared.
No, I was just telling you, I didn't want to. We'll get all the way out there. Hey, Stephen, I can't race you. I don't have enough subscribers.
Hey, he's just trying to save you the trip, Steve.
They come over and watch mine just for a minute. I'm not subscribing to this guy.
Yeah.
Did that.
They're like, who puts 33s on a road runner?
Well, the Duke boys had an off-road version of the General Lee that one time.
I remember that one General Lee where they got that car, and they opened the hood of it and they showed the picture of the motor, and it was a big blown 426 with a big blower coming out.
Yeah.
And they went back to the scene. They shut the hood and there wasn't nothing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got to love TV magic. So anyway, yeah, folks, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to try to hold this thing down to about an hour, but we're going to start coming on a little later than what we normally do. But y'all go check out Copperhead, and y'all know Sean, Fat Tire Guy Thomas, and we've called him out, and he can't make it. How many subscribers you got, Sean?
I think I'm 420, 430 now.
John Eastern, where you at now?
Last I looked, it was 488. So I'm getting close, man.
There you go. You can make it. And then
I got a giveaway. I got a giveaway when we hit 500. I'm going to send out this $130 backpack to one of my subscribers.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He got this backpack to give. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So he got
this 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. All right, folks. We'll talk to y'all next week, man. No doubt. So see if we can
y'all have a good week.
Yeah, man.
See you guys.
All right.